watchers, welcome back to Faith, Family, and Fun Reviews. If you're new here on this channel, I share with you delightful, family-friendly, and faith-based movies and television shows. Y'all, what is going on? How y'all doing? Happy Monday. Yeah, y'all should be seeing this video on Monday. But yeah, I'm always happy, like y'all already know, excited to be here hanging out with y'all. And y'all know we got to do our check-in. How y'all doing? How y'all feeling today? What has the Lord been showing y'all with scriptures, okay? Y'all, you know we got to take it back to the word. What scriptures really stood out to you and touched your heart that you was like, girl, but Lord, this helped me through it. This what made me know, okay, God, he listening to me. He done answer me. All that good stuff. Y'all let me know all of that in the comments because y'all know I'm here for it. Also, what have y'all been watching? What have you been streaming? What have you been going to the theater to see? Any of that kind of stuff, drop all of that there because y'all know I love being in y'all movie business, okay? We ain't gonna front around here. We is not gonna front. But yeah, as for me, y'all already know I'm excited. Love hanging out with y'all. Love talking movies, television shows, all of that good stuff. And as y'all can tell by the title of this video, we are doing a review and we are going back to the past, okay? Y'all know we gotta have our throwbacks here and there. We gotta do that. We gotta do that because when I do it, I have to take y'all along with me, okay? I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna keep this to myself. I'm gonna tell y'all about it. So, but first, let me tell y'all what this film is about. Well, first it's titled Monkey Trouble, okay? And now we about to get into it, what it's about, all right? 9-year-old Eva dreams of owning a pet. But her mother doesn't think she's ready and her father is allergic to animals. One day she finds a lost monkey, names him Dodger, and secretly brings him home with her. Now, Faith Watchers, I had so much fun with this film. I'm about to say a blast, but yeah, it's the same thing. I had so much fun with this film, like seriously. It just reminded me of one of those things, that quality of storytelling that these 90s films, these films back in the day have. They always be special in my heart, have a special place in my heart. And yes, I literally watched this and I'm just like, oh, I just loved it. I ended up crying and so, child. Let's talk about Eva, okay? Little sweet girl, but she's a little feisty. She really is. She knows how to hold her ground. Little as young as she is, she does not back down the way that, and she has a little brother, okay? Let me just lay out her family dynamic, okay? All right, so her mom has moved on. Her mom is married to someone else, I believe, but her dad is not. Well, she has a stepdad who's married to her mom, but she also has a dad who's very like prevalent in her life. He travels a lot because of his job and different things, but you can tell that she does have a good relationship with her father. So no little things within that, no little daddy issues, not even really no mommy issues. But the issues that she does have is her mom did have another child. She has a little brother who's like a little toddler. He's not even talking at this point. And Eva don't really care for him, okay? Y'all know how that kind of thing can go. I mean, she has been the only child for like 9 years. So you got this little brother that comes into the picture and you are like, what am I supposed to do with this? Okay, what good are you for? You're not even talking. You're a little brother. You're not even a girl. So what are we doing here? And so that is how Eva kind of approaches her brother. She even has like a door on her sign that says he's not allowed in her room. So you know it's cute, but at the same time you're like, oh, you kind of feel for her because that got to be pretty tough. Of course, I have never been in that situation, like having like a younger sibling come after you've been the only kid for so many years, but you do feel for her. But at the same time, she is begging her mom, asking her mom, and even her stepdad in a sense too, for a pet. She loves animals and she always takes a trip to the pet store to look at the dogs and different things. So she is believing for a dog, and it just reminds me of just how like faith works, and having that faith that's so pure like a little kid does, that they just don't back down. They're not afraid of disappointments. When it comes to adults, and I wish we can get rid of that, even though I know how difficult it is, especially when you kind of been experience has taught you so much that may be contrary to the word of God and just how the kingdom works. So you're constantly kind of battling that in your mind, and then even outside with outside circumstances and most people who are not even on this type of journey with you. But when you look at a child, it's like you can learn so much from them, which is why I love to share family films and films that kind of, storytelling that is more so for a kid, because those certain lessons and teachings that they teach us is still so relevant, and you can take it with you throughout all your life, whatever season that you're in. And like I was saying, just looking at the way Eva does, having been told no, can you imagine that? You want something so bad, so badly, and you're being told no every single time, or told you're not even responsible. You don't even clean your room. You don't even do your chores around the house. Maybe if you try showing us that you can get up and clean your room on your own without us telling you, that you can make sure you make it up for school on time and dress yourself and do little things that we know that you kind of learn around this age to do, that will help you later on in your adult years. And so Eva's at that point where she is kind of dealing with that. And first you start to see, yes, she's messy, keep her room just terrible. And she does have a little attitude. Like I said, she's a bit feisty and different things going on. But at the same time, she feels kind of entitled that she should have a pet, that a pet would do her some good. Well, a dog mostly. That's what she's mostly thinking of. And so I love that she's not really dissuaded when her mom, or just disappointed. Well, you do see a little bit of disappointment, but she's not letting that make her give up on her dream of having a dog. Like I said, every day as much as she can, she'll make a trip to the dog store, or the pet store. And it just reminds me how we should do as believers when we're believing God for something, and while we're waiting for that particular thing to show up in our lives, because we know we already have it, but we may not see it at the moment. And really keeping it before your eyes, like Eva did. Like I said, anytime that she had a chance, she would go to the pet store. She would look at other people with their dogs when she's in the park, or different things, and constantly keeping that vision before her so she wouldn't lose sight of what she really wanted. And that's so much what I was taking from her as I'm observing how she's going about this, because I know when I was a kid, having the kind of parent I had, if I asked for something and I gotta know, I can take that to the bank. It ain't happening. I don't see myself doing like Eva did, really hanging on to it, really fighting for it, and no, this is for you, and keeping it before you, that vision alive in your heart. That wouldn't have been me. So I just so commend the way that she is, and I know a lot of kids are like that, really rely on their imagination and different things, and not really feeling some kind of way when the world tells them no. If nothing else, they're going to keep on going. They're going to keep pushing and keep pressing. And that's one of the things that I wish, like I said, that we adults can really take part in, and not be so discouraged and disappointed when life just doesn't go our way, or things don't line up the way that we thought that they should, but not giving up too soon. Don't give up too soon. And that's what I was taking from Eva's character. But I love, she was told the no's left and right. One day she happened to be walking in the park somewhere, and then this monkey appears, cute little thing, and it seemed like it really took to her. It came to her right away. But what Eva didn't know is that this monkey was just any ordinary monkey, but he was a monkey that has been trained to steal some of the highest, gold, jewelry, money, all of that type of thing, by this gypsy guy. And so you got the gypsy on his end looking for his monkey, who is very, very smart, very slick, and so easily can get into mansions and certain houses and stuff, and nobody would suspect it, because who's gonna think that an animal is gonna do this or be smart enough to do this? And so he ends up with Eva, and they form this bond, and she starts to take care of him and hiding him from her parents and different things like that. But you're just loving how she is doing her best to make sure that this monkey is fed, that this monkey is clothed, that all of these different things. And when she learns that secret about this monkey, that he's just not some ordinary monkey, she takes it upon herself, which I so love. And I just thought that was so beautiful, to retrain him. She's like, somebody had to train this monkey to steal, because monkeys do not naturally do this, when she started to do her research. And so she takes it upon herself, like I said, to train him to unlearn all of those things that he learned. And it just reminded me, like I said, of us as adults. A lot of us who struggle inwardly to believe, because it seems so difficult to believe what you can't see, especially when you've been trained all of your life to believe in the things that you can see and feel and touch and all of that stuff. And so how do you unlearn that and really start to walk by faith? And so I'm looking at all of that, and I'm playing that out as I'm watching how she's training this monkey to unlearn all the things that he has known. And you're gonna see the results of all of that, as well as all of the little fun, the adventures and different things all throughout this film that you're just gonna love and be laughing and smiling, and even at the end maybe cry like I did, because I did. And once again, this film is titled Monkey Trouble. You can find it streaming on different platforms. But before I leave y'all for today, let's go ahead and get into the scripture. And we will be coming out of 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 6 through 7. And it reads, "Therefore humble yourselves under the mighty hand of God, that he may exalt you in due time, casting all your care upon him, for he cares for you." So that's all I have for y'all for this video. As always, please remember to leave y'all thoughts, your prayers, your overall take in the comment section below, because I do read them and I do enjoy hearing from you. And until next time, may the Lord bless and keep you both now and forevermore.